Hi there, it's Elaine here, and welcome back to my channel, Chattylaine Creates. And I'm very sorry that it's taken me a long while to get back to videoing again, after I promised I hope to be doing one at least once a week. But there's been quite a lot going on around the house and other things happening. I'm just going to apologise now. My next door neighbours are working in the garden at the moment, so there might be the odd bang and crash and chatting. But today I've decided, I know I promised I would do some glue booking, as I put a poll up on my channel a few weeks ago now, and the random glue book won. But I've been doing lots of trying to get my images and pages and magazine, all sorts of stuff, all kind of reorganised so that I can find things easier. So I bought lots of trays, and each kind of category, a tray is going to be a different category. And I'm hoping that it's going to work, but I still haven't quite finished it yet. I've been doing stuff in the house as well, so I'm afraid that's why it's taken me quite a while to get back to videoing. I'm redoing the beginning of this video because I did start the video over a week ago and I never finished it. But today I decided that I wasn't going to do glue booking. I'm into making journals at the moment. This is an altered book called my Mini Fells journal. Now, I always name mine journals. I don't always put junk journals to them, even though I'm doing junk journal type collaging in them. My journals are collage journals. I don't have really true junk journals, but I do have, you know, Big Gertie and whatever. But I wanted to do a Concertina journal, much like Meg Journals creates for her junk journal January and junk journal July. So I decided that normally she would do something of kind of that size, which is fine, but I wanted to do a longer journal, so I could do my full page flowers in the journal. So today I thought we would make a Concertina journal, and I was going to use these book pages that I have here in this, and we're going to use them as the cover, and I'm going to fold them in half to make the cover. Now the only problem is I mucked this one up. So this is mine, obviously, so I'm not too worried. Because I mucked it up, she says, it's opening out the opposite way to how I want it to open out. So I kind of need to figure out the way to do it so it opens out that way. So obviously it doesn't do that. It will do that because it's Concertina, but it's opening out the wrong way. So I thought I'd show you how to do a Concertina journal. So it's a no-sew journal, like I've called the video, and it's in a junk journal style, and using all pieces of different book pages, various, I mean this one is from obviously a flower book, or it's all book pages. There might there's not really any magazine images in here because the magazines aren't really tough enough to cope with this. So there's all different styles of page. I've used thinner ones sometimes to bridge over folds and just to give it, you know, the patchwork effect. Now I got the patchwork effect from Big Gertie. Let's just put that over there for a moment and we'll get Big Gertie out. So this is Big Gertie. Basically she's Gertie and she's Flo, Gertie and Flo, but Big Gertie's easier because she's a big kind of A4 size journal. This is a junk journal and this is, as you can see, kind of nearer an A6 really. Sorry, I've got my camera a little bit lower today. It won't stay where I want it to stay, so it's annoying me a tad. So when I've got big stuff on the desk, it tends to fill the whole screen, I'm afraid. So in Big Gertie, and the reason I'm showing you Big Gertie is because I got the idea from Meg Journals, but also she made patchwork paper pages, which is what I've used in Big Gertie, and so that's where I've got the idea from. And each signature has a patchwork paper in it, which I needed to make them big enough to fit this size, because you can't really use many. You need a book of this size to be able to use a page. There are a few in here. Let's just I mean, as you can see, that there are smaller pages, but the idea was that I used the patchwork paper pages to help make bigger pages. I'm running out of room. So these patchwork pages are basically A4 size, roughly, that I made purely for Big Gertie. And I like the style that, because it basically what this does is give you an already semi-made background and you can decorate them how you want, but I fancied doing a mini version, but I decided to use a book, an altered book, so I took pages out. This was basically a pictorial guide to the Southern Fells or something, which are in the Lake District. So I have done a few pages in here already. Some of them I've put on Instagram. Some of them I've just put bits and pieces to the pages. I haven't finished them all. But I wanted to create a similar style, but big enough for a whole flower stem. I think there's one I've actually put in here somewhere on a page. I'll find it in a minute. There it is. So this came out of obviously a flower plant book. I think it's a poppy, opium poppy, but this is a black and white version. There's some black and white pages and there's some coloured pages as well. And I just needed to make a long one. So I used the size of these book pages as the size and make them the cover. So that's what we're going to make today. I do quite like these as well, for something a bit different. I don't know what to choose now. I quite like grasses. I don't know whether to have two different ends. I'm going to use those ones. I quite like that. Yes, let's do that. So I'm going to fold this in half, but I want it to fold out that way. I'm going to fold it so it comes. Let me see what I'm doing. Fold it so it comes to there. So this side, where's my bone folder? So this side is the inside of the cover, and this side is the outside of the cover. Right, this is take 2 because I folded it wrong, and I figured it out. I know what I've done wrong. So basically I want it to open that way. So this rough edge needs to be the longest edge rather than that side. So I've had a little bit of a trial run with this one because it's a little bit, you know, and so basically this side needs to be the biggest side. So when I turn it over, this one needs to be short. So when I do that, this side makes the front cover. I will explain. Right, so what happens is we'll open it this way because we're actually gluing that down. Right, let me see if I figured this out right. So this is the short side. So when I glue this onto here, like this, like that, which is what I'm going to do right now. Let my glue out, but I'm alright. What I usually do is if I line it up, I can tell how far down to stick it, like that. And I will stick that down like that with a nice overhang. So this bit is making up the difference from the front. So I'm going to stick the bottom half down, or make the bottom half, and then I'm going to fold it, and I'll show you what I mean. Right, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? How about some music paper? Now you don't have to use the whole of the page or this page. It just depends on. I don't want to do it sideways. I'm going to I should have done it the other way around. Never mind. Right, I'm going to do. It's just that I like this. So I'm going to cut it there, and I'm going to just fold it and tear it. That's the side I want to here, like that. I'm going to stick it there, and then I'm going to fold this up and take that bit off. I can use that in another bit. So I'm going to stick it there and there, and I want to do it there like that. So, oh no, I'm not supposed to do that. So we need to glue it there like that, and then we need to go to there like that. So I want it to go just like that. Right, so now I'm just going to rub that edge off. Where's my cloth? Just going to rub that bit of glue off there, because I will need it, but I don't want it sticking just while I'm folding the page. So just stick that down. So as you can see now, this goes over this bit quite a bit. So we'll turn it over, and what we need to do is fold it to this edge, which will be the front edge of the cover, like so, like that, and then that makes the front cover. And you can now see the start of the concertina. So this is going to be the front page, which means I need to glue this all together at the front. So I'm going to just move that out over there, because I don't want it sticking to it. I think I've got it a bit crooked. What's new? What's new, pussycat? So let's stick this all down so we can go up to that line, because that is where the oops, get off, it's got caught on the edge of the music paper. Stop it, I'm pressing too hard, I think. Having trouble with my hands quite a bit at the moment. So we're going to press that down there like that. There's my bone folder. We'll get the air out as we go, and we're going to go over where we've just glued, right up to that edge there. So that's now our front cover. So when we fold it back up again, that's the front, and it folds out the right way. I was doing it the wrong way. I'll show you what I've done. Where is it? Oh, somewhere here somewhere. Let me just take that edge off. I've got it all over my hands. It's a bit lumpy. Right. Right, I did this with the first one, where I'd folded it. So this was the front part, and then as I folded it over, I thought, oh well, it's going to open the wrong way now. So I had to rethink it. And we got it right now. So this will fold out as the front cover, and I'm hoping maybe I might be able to use that as the back cover. If not, then I'll do this the other end, because I'll already have the concertina going, and it'll be easier to do the back page rather than, because the thing is, when Meg does it, she actually makes a cover out of some card or whatever, but I wanted to use the book page as the cover, so that's why mine's a little bit different to hers. And yeah, I've got it a bit crooked, I think I've, yeah, look, see, what if I can just tweak it a little bit? Nah, it'll be alright. That'll be alright. You can just see a little bit of the music paper down the bottom there. That'll be fine. Right, so now I'm going to carry on, and we need to stick a piece down here. So what shall we find? how about a bit of this? I'm going to go up to here. I want number 5 on there. So I'm just going to fold that. And we'll chop that off. And we're going to put this. Actually, what I might do is just take a bit of that edge off. Not much. It's a bit blank down there. This paper is slightly shiny. So take a little bit off. And we'll put that like that. And I'll leave that on because we'll attach stuff over here, obviously. And we will glue that down there like that, and across here like that. There we are. So that's the other side. And now we're going to fold this back on itself. I have got it rather crooked. Let's go over that way a little bit. That's it, I think. I find that the Concertina can be a bit crooked because I'm not the most accurate of people, as you can probably gather by the way I've done this one. If you're a perfectionist, then, you know, by all means you need to work on the way you fold it better than I do. And I'm going to fold this bit because it's a little bit of a funny shape and this is crooked, so I'm going to try and line it up a little bit better now. As I say, I've got it mucked up a bit, haven't I? Don't want to use that. You can use pieces that are already in pieces. I don't know where I put them. I don't know where I put them. Where are you? So this bit here, we could use this as a filling piece, but I don't like the pointy bit. Here's my scissors. I think I'm going to have to cut that off across there like that. I might just square that up so it's a bit more regular. I can't really use those. I don't want to use that again, so we'll put that in my rubbish. I'm kind of going to go over like this, but I'm just wondering whether I want to do it on the other side. That might be more fun, mightn't it? Let's do it this way. Like that. Just going to take that. Nice neat edge off, you stupid woman. It's all going to plan, isn't it? It's all going well, I don't think. I don't think it is. Look at that, how short it is now. Oh dear. See, if that had been still on there, I'd been alright. But it went all crooked. I should have just chopped it rather than trying to tear it. Serves me right. I need to have some form of overlap better. Let's just do it like that, I think. I'm a crazy woman. I'm crazy. Right, get that over there. I think we'll go like that first, and then up there. Right, there we are. Okay. I kind of find that I quite like working on both sides of the page, of the paper. So I'm going to overlap this bit at the back, which will fill that gap in for me. It's quite a lot. Let's just, there's my ruler. We'll kind of straighten that edge up a bit. Anyway. And then that way I won't feel quite so bad about mucking it up. So let's do that. It's got quite a large overlap. That's fine. And we'll stick this bit down here. And this bit hasn't had any glue, so I'll stick that bit as well. There we go. That should do the trick. So we should be able to put another fold in now. Yes, we can. There is a bit of glue on here that I need to take off, otherwise it sticks together. Right, so I think what we'll do is we've got a little bit of a, we've got this one down here happening. Hopefully this should then line up quite well down that bit, down like that. So we have it folding that way, and then we have it folding that way, and we need to fill some more in here, and then we'll have another fold the other way. So what other paper do we have? I've got some brown paper somewhere. I was just trying to find some brown bits of paper because I quite like putting brown in. So I think we're gonna, it is thin, but what I might do is kind of patch it together on the other side. So if I stick this on here, and I'm going to like butt it up to the fold, which is why the fold, you need to fold it as you go, because you know, then you don't have this crossover quite the same. You either butt it up to it or you go all the way over it, which, because there's the fold there, you see. I think what I'm going to do for this one, I'm going to butt it up there like that, and we'll have a piece. I'll then chop it off when I've decided what bit needs to go, really. It's easier as you get longer, then you can start folding it away from where you're working. I did drop this and so it's now got a bit mucky. It's got a bit mucky. Right, so I'm going to put this here. Don't really want to go right over the fold. There's my fold. And as the fold's going this way, I haven't got that right. There you go. I think I'm right up against the fold, so it shouldn't curl up or anything, hopefully. I mean, you can always stick it back down, but I think there's a bit missing here, yeah, because it's not straight, is it? Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll concertina it up and we will take it. Actually, we'll just stick that bit down because it's not really stuck. Making sure all this bit's stuck. So we'll go along there like that. And I think what we'll do is we will fold it back like this. And you're supposed to do it straight, Elaine, and she's not doing it straight. There, that's better. That is my problem. I'm not doing it straight. So I don't want a really big piece, so I'm going to probably tear it off about here. I'll get rid of that bit, and that's all we'll have on it. So I'll stick a bit up here now. I have this children's book, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out where I want it, because we need it to overlap. Fold it there. We can use that a bit further along or something. And we'll stick that down there. Like that. Excuse me, it's getting a bit chilly up here now. And I've been up here a long time because silly me kept doing it wrong. And it's taken me a while to do this video. It's really weird how you kind of get out of the habit. Let me just see if this is straight at the top. I don't think it is, to be honest. Cloth. I've got a bit too low here. I don't want it. I think these all need a little bit of glue under them, so they actually stay stuck down, because they're just the frayed edge of where it's been torn out of the book. I love that bit, but they do tend to pull up. We'll get rid of that bit. Stuck to my fingers. So now that one's on there, we can go back in. Oh, still stuck to my fingers. Get off. Get off. So what shall we do here? To try and line it up a little bit better, I think. I need to do that. That's where I'm going wrong. I thought, why isn't this working? There we are. That's why. Right. I keep losing everything. It gets buried underneath all the paperwork. So I'll just crease that again. Because I Haven't quite got that bit right. Right. Here we go. So it's coming along. This is what we've got so far. So that's the front cover. 1, 2, 3 so far. On the 4th page. So obviously with the front cover, I'll do whatever. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do on the front cover yet. So we could, you know, we can still use that as a page. And obviously if we want to put something on the front cover, I might actually just put like a title, like journal or something. I don't know yet. And I thought actually, I mean, I know July's a few months off yet, but I'll have a journal ready for Junk Journal July if I want to join in. I don't particularly like doing prompts a lot, but now and again it can be useful because you know, it's useful when you get a little bit stuck of what to do, and it's taken me a tad to get going again after my operation. So I kind of wanted something that inspired me, and I love making journals, and I just wanted to do some different ones really to what I've already got, and when I use them I have no idea, and if I feel like it I might even decide to give this one away if somebody would like it, but we'll see how it turns out at the end, because obviously it's still a little bit of a learning curve, and I don't really think I've still got this brown bit right somehow, because it's puckering up. I think it's because it's quite thin. Right. I think it's a bit crooked. This bit here is a bit crooked. Right, so this one, there's not much of an overlap available there, so I'm going to stick some more paper down. Map paper. But it's out of a book rather than it's not actually a map page, it's out of a book page referring to various places in the UK. Reading. Right, what do we want to do here? I think I kind of want to do it on the back. Do I want to do the map paper on the back? All home on the Thames. So let's just rip that bit down there. Like that. And we could do it like that. So we're going to go straight underneath Windsor Castle there. That's Windsor Castle. One of the now King's residence, which is a very big castle in the county of Berkshire, I think. I assume. Yeah, Windsor in Berkshire. I thought so. There's glue. Glue, glue, glue. Glue, glue, glue. So we need to go along there and all the way down here. Oh, now look at the mess I've made of that. It's gone a bit gloopy, this glue. It does get a bit all sorts of weathers going on in this den of mine. If you're new to my channel, my den, my crafty den, used to be my workshop, and it's actually attached to the back of the garage. and my garage is up the top of my garden, back garden. We live in a terraced house, so there's people up both sides of me that I'm joined onto, and so our garages are at the bottom of our garden, and then we have a road access that's not the right one. This one, Elaine, this one. That's not right. I need to do it like that. I don't think I've glued it high enough. No, I haven't. Oh, for goodness sake. Stop it. I've gone out of line. Maybe not. Yeah, so it's up the garden, and so I have this problem of, you know, at night, which is what it is now actually, I tend to work in the house, but I can't record in the house because I don't have a space in the house because it's up here. And so I struggle with, not everything's in here yet, because I used to be a glass bead maker and jewellery maker before I did this hobby, and it I need to attach something there first, I think, before I do that. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking about the next piece really. I might go sideways. Do you want the Battle of Barnet on it? Thank you very much. This has come out of a war type book, I suppose, of some sort. Oh, don't want that bit. Not sure if I actually want that bit either. Let's go straight into look at that. You can still see the map for it. I think we're getting there. I think we are getting there. So we're going to go down this side, down that side. Not sure how far down to go. I think I've gone about right. Yeah, I can feel the glue there. Model Village, Beaconsfield. I've been there. I've actually got some postcards of the little model village, because I'm a postcard collector as well. I've always collected postcards most of my life. So I do have a fairly nice size collection, not too big, not too small. I was originally, when I really got going and I was become older, sort of teenager onwards, I started collecting maps, in postcard maps of places where if people are visiting, you know, around the world. So I've got quite a lot of map type this one hasn't got a very that one's not very good, I don't think. I don't want to go too far in because this has only got a small join. So what I'm going to do is, it's a bit gluey there, we'll just fold it over for a minute while that's drying, so that it doesn't get stuck down. I don't mind this getting stuck down to itself. So we've got quite a small join there, and I think what I'm going to do is bridge that with some other paper. Not that one. I'm just going to look for, this is a bit of old envelope, but it might be substantial enough to bridge that gap a little bit. Let's go around this way. How about that? That'll do nicely, won't it? Is that side better? Never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that whole piece on. This is my gluing on book down here somewhere. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to completely glue this whole piece down. Got all sorts of stuff on the floor down here because I'm running out of room. I've got lots to do in this workshop still. Well, that's what I used to call it, the workshop. It's now my den. It is a den because it's not really a workshop anymore. It used to be. I used to make beads, but I don't make them anymore because my hands can't cope with it. At the moment, my hands can't cope with much at all. I'm having trouble with my fingers. My hands are red. I'm getting cold actually. So I might have to give up and do a bit more tomorrow. I think that's enough for tonight. So basically what I've done is just reinforce that join there on that piece like that, and it gives you a different, colour choice. Oh, sorry, very noisy, this particular bone folder especially on this desk. My bits of stuff that was on the top there fell off. I'll pick them up in a minute. So we're getting there. Let us do a quick flick, shall we, to see what it looks like. So that's the first page, and that, and then over there like that. Nice bucket of water there. Excuse me a moment. I've got my Bigger Knickers mug. I don't drink tea or coffee, so that's got Diet Coke in there. Sometimes I use a flavoured water, fizzy water, but I only drink soft drinks. I don't drink hot drinks at all, and I don't drink alcohol much at all now really. And since I had my operation, I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat lots of fat if I can help it, because it has seemed to have does seem to upset my system still. I don't think I've got this very straight. Let us fold that bit. Good. over there like that, over there like that. Okay, that's a bit flatter. That's a bit better. So we are getting somewhere. I don't like this bit here, so I'm going to stick something over it. Those sorts of things, it's not necessarily needing a thick piece because we're kind of patching. So let us get some of this. It's very thin. It's French. My friend from Holland gave it to me. She has a holiday. I think I'm going to take that bit off, and we're going to go like that, I think. Trying to keep wind in there so you can still see it. Right, I don't need all that, I just need a patch. I think maybe I will go that way. Like that. Oh, let me glue it on down here. What side do we like? Don't think it matters really. It's all French to me. Right. So we'll just cover up that kind of messy bit there, really. We'll have to refold it again. That's fine. That's fine. My can of Coke is popping, I think. Are you popping? Right, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to not do it as long as the other one. I'm going to carry on doing it a little bit longer, and then I'll show you how we do the end. So I think this is where we roughly left off, and oh, sorry, getting in a tangle. It's getting longer now. I've added all of this section here. I think, yes, I think I was doing this bit, wasn't I? I'm afraid this is a completely different day, week, month. We're now in May, and I started this in April. I've had lots of things going on, I'm afraid. So I've added this section, and now I think what I'll do is I'll show you how I'm going to connect the back cover. So this is the original front cover that I went wrong with because it was folding the wrong way out like this. But on the back, it's not such a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to join these bits together. So I've worked out my concertina is still going the right way, and from this bit, and I'm going to join this bit on here. I'm going to butt up the actual line it up here, like I think that's actually a little bit probably crooked, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's not going to be perfect, obviously. So that when I fold it over, I need it to be roughly in the middle. Right, so it is a little bit crooked, and I've tried to straighten it. It's not fantastic, but it'll do. I'll I have to put this on square, obviously, because, and I think we will get a little bit of overhang, but I'm not particularly worried about it too much. I might just cut that top edge off. Might be the best way. Let's just kind of straighten it visually. That's a bit better. Get rid of that. Right, that's a bit better. It's not overhanging quite so much at the top. So when I join this on to here, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that on there and literally just glue that on there like that. I'm going to try and do it as straight as I can, or at least get the angle right so that I actually get it in the right place. Right, where's my clips? I'm going to clip it in place so that I glue it in the right place. I think that could be my best option. We'll try that. So you can see that it's not quite square, but I'm not worried about it. We'll cover it up when we're actually using the journal anyway. Right, so my glue's out. I'm going to glue it underneath here. Let's see if we can get that stuck down. Needs a bit more there. And I can take the clip off now because it's where I want it, more or less. Maybe it can go a bit straighter than that. Not really quite worked how I planned, but there we are. Right, that's as good as it's going to get, I think. Right, here we are. Right, let's try the other side now. Yeah, there's bits there that aren't stuck, so we'll go down this bit like that. And all we need now is a filler piece in there, and we've joined the back on. I'm going to just glue that bit because it doesn't look like it's sticking. It's quite a thick book page, that woodland one. So this is what we have now. So we've just got to fill that piece in there. Which side do I want to fill it from? I'm kind of working this side, but I will cover this bit up that's here really. A bit more on this side, so I think I'll cover it from this side. So we just need something to go in there now. Let's see what we can find. I think we'll have some of this. So I'm going to take that edge off. I don't want that very big at this time. And we'll go right over there and we'll take a bit of this off, but I will have to cover that. So I might just leave that on there like that. And we'll fold it up at the bottom. Take that bit off. And we'll stick that on there, I think. Like that. So I'm going to glue it here first. Go across there. Whoops. Great big glob of glue there, look. I'll put that back in there. Get off. There's my cloth. bit too much glue on there, I think. And then this is going to be in one bit. Hurrah! We did it. So this video's ended up a bit of a bits and pieces, I'm afraid, because I went wrong at the beginning with this end piece. Don't know whether there's enough glue on that bit there. It looks like it's not really stuck down. No, it isn't. There we are. I think what we might do on the other side is see if it needs a patch, because actually this isn't particularly thick, but let's have a look. Oh, a glob of glue there, look. Looks cool though. I think just stick that glob of glue in there, shall we? Don't want to waste it. Don't want to waste me glue. So we need to fold this bit here. This bottom, what I've just put down, I need to fold it. Let's glue there. I think maybe we could just use a little bit to just, maybe we'll go across the whole thing, across there, like that. That's upside down. I've just realised it's upside down. So we'll patch the whole thing right across there, and then that'll, it's already, you know, I haven't really done a very good job of getting the glue off, to be honest. So we'll just chuck that on there, glue that down there, get off. And glue this bit down here, and glue that bit on there, like that. So that sort of solves some of that problem there, a little bit. And we can, you know, deal with it when we actually start using it. Put patches in and stuff. And that's the beauty of having a patchwork journal, is you just add to it as you go along. And hopefully it will dry. So that's the back, that's the front. So from where you last saw me adding, this is how much I've added now, and obviously the back piece that gives me the back cover. So all of that is now the back, front, because that one's folding out the right way, and the back one is folding out that way, and then we go back in the opposite direction. I haven't made this one particularly long, as in the actual journal itself. Right, shall we give you a bit of a flip through of what's happened now, or how we finished it, I should say. So this one's folding out the right way now, and that's basically where we got to. And then I've added this, And then this is me connecting the back section. I think it's still a bit sticky. And then that folds out the other way. Nice red flowers on the back, my favourite. I think the trouble is, because some of it's a bit crooked, sometimes it doesn't always lie as flat as it could, because the join isn't quite right, but you get the drift. So that's, you can see that there's, I've done less than the one I did. So this one's a lot fatter than that one. I'll put a lot more pages on this. There's a lot more to it. But at least this one's folding the right way. I have since found out that Meg is calling a halt on Junk Journal July and Junk Journal January for a little while, because she's going to come up and she's going to do some other stuff. And you know, we all got a bit of a change, so I won't be using it for that now, but I will be using it. And the idea is that they're sort of nature inspired journals like this one, but this is mainly for flowers. If you could cut out the odd flower out of these full kind of pages. Some of them are, you know, kind of like this one is crossing over a little bit here, but this one here, you can more or less get that out, and they fit. So these are all my mishaps. So I've worked out how to do it, and I hope I haven't confused you too much. I've just got to hopefully get cracking, and I'll probably hope to come back and do some journaling and maybe some glue picking, but I don't know whether it will be random glue pick at the moment. So we'll see what we can do next time. So I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was a little bit of a mishmash here and there. I'm sorry about that. But I hope it wasn't too unclear. So thank you for watching. I hope I didn't confuse you too much, and you know, give it a go and just have fun. Use what you have. Don't go out buying anything specific to do it. I mean, I do have quite a large kind of flower sort of books that I enjoy using for this sort of thing, so I do use flowers quite a lot in my journals. But I do like animals and things like that, so it won't all be flowers, it could be animals and things in it as well. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you, and please give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and please subscribe so you can see what else is coming. I'm hoping to be back a bit not so long this time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.